Tsalalas are really treating us there. It's so hot that they're getting up and moving every couple of minutes. Now, the one young male's just disappeared off, and he's not far away. I was hoping he was going towards the tailless lioness, but he isn't. He's just lying under a guarri bush. So we're going to stick with these, and I can't understand. They seem to be up and down. They're quite distracted. It could be because they might have heard the Birmingham's roaring. It could be that the Matimbas are giving them problems from the south. You never know what's going to happen next, even on a swelteringly warm day like this. I think these boys are going to be absolutely magnificent when they're older. I think, if I remember correctly, they're Majingalan progeny. Oh, he's tired. Okay, let's just move a little bit further forward. And for once, the lions are being quite kind to us, and they've chosen a big enough patch of shade for us to reside in as well. Oh, what's he? Has he spotted something? Can't see anything behind us. There was some warthog around earlier. I think his head's just up because he's hot. Okay, we're about to jump back on board with the TV audience, but it's always good to have all of you with us all the time. Welcome back, everyone. We do apologize. We've been having some comms issues, but we are live in the middle of Africa, so sometimes that does happen, but it's all sorted, and I'm so ecstatic to be back with you. Now, we're still with these lions. I was telling you about that young male that was moving off. I was hoping he was going to find the oldest lioness than Tsalala Pride, the one who hasn't got a tail. Unfortunately, he didn't. He just flopped down and went to snooze under a bush. So we came back to these three, and they've got up and moved. Now, it's very interesting. As I said, it's unusual for lions to be too mobile in this 95-degree heat. They normally snooze constantly. Now, this pride is in a bit of flux at the moment. There's a big coalition of males called the Birmingham boys to the north, and they're under pressure from another coalition of lions to the south called the Matimbas. So they're sort of trying to avoid all the male lions. Now, the reason the lionesses will keep moving these young males away is because at this age, these young males are still very vulnerable to a big dominant male lion. So she's trying to give them the best start in life. And oh, there we go, a sneezing lion. See, oh, she's going to stretch. See, look how supple her back is. Now, of course, they have to be incredibly supple while they hunt. Now, interestingly, she's up and she's heading in the same direction that other young male did earlier. And I really hope that they're going to lead us back to the tailless lioness, or perhaps they even have a carcass, a kill. She's got a nice wobbly fat belly, which means she's eaten 24 hours. Now, I wonder if they just haven't moved from where that kill is to come enjoy a drink at the little water hole, or pan as we call it out here. And it's just so hot, they're sort of moving back towards the carcass in relays, taking their time. Now, remember, this is 100% live, and you can ask us questions using the hashtag SafariLIVE. Now, the reason I say they might be moving in relays is because it is so warm, and when it is that hot, if a lion's core body temperature raises by just a few degrees, it can threaten their lives. Oh, Brian, look here quickly. Watch this young male next to us. Now, look at this young male. You can see, oh, now he's dropped his eyes now, but wait, just watch. We're just going to watch his eyes for a second. Now, this is a very interesting little behavior. Look there, look how he looks up. You see that? Now, that's something all the big cats do out here. And particularly lions are very, very conscious of it, and I'm going to show you why now. So, in a lot of areas, lions actually scavenge from other predators. Look, he's looking up again, he's looking above us. And there we go, look at that, how he's looking. And there's vultures. Now, we're going to keep an eye on these vultures. They could be dropping down to where a carcass is. So, lions, because they do scavenge quite a lot, and keeping an eye out, seeing if those vultures start dropping towards the ground, and then they might even get up and follow. Now, those vultures could be heading towards where these lions have made a kill. Now, isn't that fascinating? You just see how he just picks up that movement in the sky. And as Brian comes out wide, you'll actually see what a small dot that is in the sky that lion spotted. Isn't that absolutely incredible? Now, I'm half convinced they must have a carcass where those vultures are flying towards. And Daniel was wondering, actually, what is the survival rate of young male lions out in the bush? Well, Daniel, that's an excellent question. And again, it very much depends on where you are in the African bush. In the Sabi Sands, young male lions up to about a year old only have a survival rate of around 30%, and then in that 3-year sort of period while they try establish themselves as males outside of their natal range, they have a survival rate again of 50%. So it's really tough to be a male lion and get all the way to the top. And one of those things, male lions only spend about 4 or 5 years at the top before they're pushed out. And during those 4 or 5 years, they are absolutely magnificent. Now, it's amazing. Wild lions, and these are 100% wild lions. We're not in a zoo. We are in the middle of the African bush, and we're showing this to you live. And as you can see, they're very habituated with vehicles. They've been seeing open safari vehicles since they were very young cubs, and they don't associate the vehicles with people. As long as you don't stand up and they don't see the bipedal figure of man, and a car smells like gas and oil and all sorts of things that don't smell too tasty, as long as you drive respectfully and carefully around these animals, you're able to have an incredible view into their lives, and we're able to follow them. Now, that lioness has disappeared off into the distance. I'm going to sit with these two boys.